Welcome to the Becoming Sound podcast, where we dive into the tough stuff and try to find the humor in the hot mess of being an adult child. Join me as we peel back the layers on growing up in dysfunction, navigating substance abuse, mental health challenges, and everything in between.
Drink of water too. Oh, look, I match. Yeah, matchy.
Because you know what I'm noticing? Often when we wear clothes, well, we're always wearing clothes, but often the outfits, I'm noticing.
Thank God, Shannon.
Phew! That's going to be the February episode for Valentine's
Exactly.
Day. I'm noticing that like our birds always seem to match what we're wearing.
Oh my God, it does.
Isn't that weird?
So
then when I put the cups down, I was like, oh, you need to have red and I need to have green. Anyways,
awesome.
weird.
Okay, I need to turn a little bit.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
In 5. Quiet on set. Quiet on set.
Okay. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Becoming Sound. This is our little series, Oversharing with Shannon, and we are officially 1 year old.
Oh,
Did you
are we
know that?
actually?
Yeah.
Oh,
Our
yeah,
first
December.
episode was in December
I
last
was
year.
feeling like it was January.
Well,
Okay.
maybe it was. But anyways, this would be our 12th episode.
No, you know what? I think you're right because I'm thinking we were just practicing. We were just like,
Yeah,
and all of a
that's
sudden
right.
we like went trauma dumping. And so we ended up recording that and that was on that orange chair at the very beginning.
That's right.
And it was Christmas because I was starting to put Christmas stuff out.
Yeah.
Well, wow.
Right?
Yeah.
So Oversharing with Shannon. That's Shannon.
I'm Shannon.
Is 1 year old. So this is so exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is our little Christmas episode. I think we're going to talk a little bit about Christmas.
Yeah.
Throw in a little sprinkle of trauma, and then we're going to talk about fun stuff.
It wouldn't be Christmas without some
Right?
trauma.
It wouldn't be the freaking holidays if there wasn't some sort
truly,
of bullshit.
it wouldn't be oversharing with Shannon.
Exactly.
If we're not going to
We'd
get
be
deep.
undersharing.
That's true. Yeah. We'll probably cry.
Yeah,
we'll laugh, we'll cry. It's
We
better
don't
than cats.
undershare here.
Yeah. No. Over.
Yeah.
It's in the title.
Yeah. So thank you for joining us today. Don't forget to hit the follow button and or subscribe if you're watching us on YouTube, and give us a follow. We would love a 5-star review. I mean, it is Christmas, right? So that would be a little gift if you could give us a 5-star.
If you hate us, that's fine. But if you love us,
what are you doing here?
I know. First of all, I know at least 3 people watching.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think they like me. So
exactly.
Come on, it's Christmas.
That's right. So yeah, but thanks for joining us.
That wasn't pathetic at all.
Straight up.
Please.
Exactly.
Please. Anyway.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So we thought we'd just talk a little bit about, Christmas can be really shitty and traumatic for some people. Let's face it. Not everyone has a great Christmas or great memories. And this is a really hard time of year for some people. And I can appreciate that for sure. And, it wasn't always sunshine and roses for Christmases at my house either, so we're going to share a little bit about that. And, and just see how this goes.
Yeah.
Because we're always flying by the fucking seat of our pants.
That's how we roll.
Real.
That's how we roll. Okay, you start.
Yeah.
Tell me about your Christmas when you were growing up.
I have really good memories of Christmas, and then mixed with fighting always, and way too much booze, way too much drinking, right? So that's kind of, it's good and bad in the same breath.
I feel like as we got older, that's when you start clocking more things.
Yes, 100%.
When you're little, it's all magic.
It's right. It's all magic when you're little.
Yeah.
So my mom is a huge Christmas fan, and she loves Christmas. And I know that she always tried to make Christmases for us really special and magical. And she just did the whole big feast, and everything was, she was a Christmas tree fanatic for starters. Like, we had an open beam ceiling. And so her and my dad used to go chop down a tree from, I don't know where, not a lot, not
our neighbors.
Exactly. And then my mom would make him chop down extra branches from other trees, and he would drill holes in the side, and she'd put the branches in to fill it out. Like, it was
that's
never,
actually, you were so smart.
right?
Yeah.
Never a Charlie Brown tree. But because it was so big, like, honestly, I think we had like 10, 12, 13 foot Christmas trees. Like, they were big and beautiful, right?
Yeah.
So,
That's
yeah.
nice.
Yeah. We all the stuff. And, she just made Christmas really fun. Of course, Christmas equals a lot of family comes over, and then equals a lot of drinking. And eventually, there were Christmases that don't have much chaos and drama, and other Christmases, fighting. And I remember my dad fighting and stuff. And so that was always really fun. And that ended with crying, right? So it leaves a sour taste in your mouth sometimes.
of
But
course.
like you said, as you get older, you start to clock this stuff and you start to kind of know what to expect. Like I was really hyper vigilant in that I knew what was coming. Um, and so I would try to minimize it or whatever. And sometimes I didn't have to care about it. I didn't have to worry about it. Right. But for the most part, Christmas was good in our house. Like other than my mom chopping my head off in the Christmas pictures, it wasn't so bad. She would line us 3 kids up, and I have twin brother and sister. So they stood at like my shoulders.
Yeah.
And so my mom would take the picture. And of course, I grew up in the 70s and 80s. So there was no phone cameras, no nothing like this. You didn't get to see what was on the camera until you got the film back.
Right.
And after it was too late. Christmas is over.
Christmas is done.
Christmas is gone.
That's the picture. You get
That's
what
right.
you get.
So it was like from neck down me, and then my brother and sister on the side of me, and I'll be like,
oh man.
oh.
You're like, I'll be bringing that up in 20 years.
Exactly. Like this.
Like this. Exactly.
And here we are.
And
So,
that's the podcast.
Yeah. So other than that, I mean, it's kind of had ups and downs, but for the most part, Christmas was good in my house. The food was good. We always had, not everything we asked for sure, because my parents didn't have a huge amount of money, but we got one thing that we really wanted, kind of thing.
It was special.
Yeah, that was
you went
special.
through the Sears wish book and circled
Yes.
15 times.
Yes. Okay. You people are missing out. I mean, I know the internet's right at hand, but there's something magical about circling stuff in the wish book with all the toys.
Yes.
It was so
for
awesome.
sure.
Yeah. That was how we Christmas shopped.
Yeah.
Was the Sears wish book.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, so that was fun. I think Christmas for me, I've always tried to make it magical too at my house for my kids. Like, I don't know their experience. We always try to create magic. My ex-husband and I did a good job, and probably spent too much money on the kids and stuff like that. But they were always super grateful and very thankful for what they got, which was awesome, so. Yeah. I remember one time peeking at a Christmas gift that my mom had got me. Yeah. I was really Snoopy McSnoops, and partially unwrapped a little Christmas gift of this thing that I wanted so bad. And then because I just like, curiosity kills the cat, right? and on top of that, I know we talked about this before, it's kind of like that element of surprise really was not my gig. It was not for me. Like I needed to know what was going on at all times, and keeping everything in the safe zone. And it sounds like an excuse because I shouldn't be peeking at the Christmas presents, but I learned my lesson in a fast hurry, because the morning that I unwrapped that gift, my mom looked at me with the look, and she knew she had found out that I had, but hadn't let on until I unwrapped it that morning. And just the look on her face was like instant regret for me. I felt so bad. It just I ruined everything for myself. I took
her too.
I took it from her. I took it from me. And I learned a really good lesson. And I hid my kids' Christmas gifts like no one could have found that shit.
Yeah.
First of all, I became an expert at hiding gifts.
Yeah.
And second of all, I did always want a surprise, but I somehow always kind of sabotage surprises. I don't know why.
Well, control.
Yeah,
and
control.
More
and
comfortable knowing what's
yeah,
happening.
like it wasn't in my comfort zone to not be able to know what was going on. And so, so that's that programming comes through, right? When you're thinking back on that stuff. But I enjoy Christmas. Now I have grandkids, and that's super exciting.
Even more special.
Yeah, I don't go crazy for the grandkids because they have so much. It's crazy, and they don't need that. So I try to create like more experiences for them, right? And just get them something that they need. And it's more fun just seeing them excited.
Totally.
That's
and
the
just
gift.
the time you get to spend with them. And
having all the family come over and stuff. So Christmas Eve is at my house this year. So that's exciting.
Yeah.
This episode's going to actually come out in a week from now. So the week before, or the few days before Christmas.
Yeah.
And then I'm not going to have an episode in between Christmas and New Year's because I'm just going to take time off.
As you should.
And rest.
Good.
Yeah. So how about you?
Well,
What's your Christmas
yeah,
experience?
Christmas is a mixed bag for me
Mhm.
for sure. As we said, like when I was young, it was wonderful,
Mhm.
right? It was great, and my mom always did it up too. And
Mhm.
you know, my mom's an amazing cook, and so she would always put out this glorious meal, and often, relatives were coming
Mhm.
and staying with us over Christmas. And um we always, my parents, my mom probably more so than my dad, really kind of went all out at Christmas. I think probably to their detriment, spending more
Mhm.
than they should have
Yeah.
spent. Now, in hindsight, knowing what finances were like for my parents, I'm sure that they
Yeah.
put themselves in,
I
in a
know.
bad place by spending so much. But yeah, they did. I think she just wanted to make it special.
Mhm.
And, I think maybe also she didn't have a lot growing up. And so really wanted to do it up for us, which so sweet. Um, but, Christmas was a funny one because so when I was in grade 6,
Mhm.
okay, leading up to that, my mom had a friend who was of a religion which shall remain nameless. But
Mhm.
if you know much about these religions, it won't be hard to figure out which one
No.
it is. But no, thank you, Pip. I'm trauma dumping. Thank you. Um, so uh, there was this person who would come around. They would
Mhm.
leave their magazines all the time, and I think really kind of plant that seed real early with my mom. And a big part of that religion is that they don't celebrate Christmas or
Mhm.
Halloween or any of those things. So if you go back to the Halloween episode when I didn't have a lot to share about growing up and
Mhm.
Halloween experiences and stuff, it's because in junior high, high school, we didn't celebrate it.
Yeah.
And and that's a whole other episode probably that part of it. But
It actually is because religious trauma is
mhm.
a whole
Yeah,
episode on
it's a
its own.
whole other
Yeah.
thing for sure. But
Mhm.
but when it comes to Christmas, so now that was sort of around. It wasn't I was not involved in it. My family wasn't involved in it. But I remember in grade 6, my mom saying, "Well, enjoy it because this is our last Christmas."
Mhm.
And and I knew why. I knew it's because now suddenly we are going to be part of that religion. And so then junior high and high school was spent not celebrating Christmas or any of the other major holidays or fun days at school or
Mhm.
anything like that. The worst possible time to not be included in stuff is when you're in junior high and all you want to do is just
Oh,
fit in.
yeah. Yeah. It's
And
hard enough being a tween and a young
yeah. And so
teenager.
now you're going to stand out and stick out like a sore thumb by not
Mhm.
being able to participate in any of that fun stuff. So Christmas was never celebrated in junior high or high school.
Mhm.
And which is also really strange, again, into the religion just a touch. My parents didn't go to church, I guess if you want to call it that. They didn't go to those things. My brother and I were told we were going. We were having Bible study. We were doing those things. My parents never participated, but somehow it was so important that we can't celebrate any of those things. And my brother and I were sent to go to this church. But
Like, what did you I just have a question. Like, I
mhm,
mean, I have a lot of questions, but I
mhm.
already know your story and stuff, but honestly, what did you think at that time? Like, what how did you process you had to go, but your parents didn't? Because I understand family,
Yeah,
you have the family gathering together and saying, "Okay, this is what we're doing now."
yeah,
Like, we're moving or we're going to join this or we're going to do
right,
that as a family.
yeah.
But this is not the case. So how do
Well,
you
as a
process that?
kid, I think that my thinking was that because my parents were really busy, they worked in the no, they didn't work in the same place at that time, but my mom was very busy.
Mhm.
She worked nights and um, in a job that maybe she felt like because she was a server, like in a lounge, and
Mm,
maybe she
oh,
thought that that wasn't conducive to like you
right.
couldn't do
You
both.
couldn't do both. Yeah.
Maybe she
Okay,
felt
that
like it
makes
wasn't
sense.
an appropriate job. I
Right.
don't I don't actually know. I think in my mind I was thinking that she was just too busy.
Right.
It was
Like
they
you
were too
just made
busy to go.
excuses, your
Yeah.
own reasoning for
Yeah,
it.
in my
Yeah.
little brain, I think I was
Okay.
just like, well, they're too busy, but they want
Yeah.
us to go. And I really I did buy in at the beginning, like cuz
Mhm.
you're little, you don't know
Well, of
anything
course.
else. And so I did buy in. And then like in high school, like end of grade 9, beginning of grade 10, I was like, starting to get my own critical thinking skills and going
Yeah.
like, yeah, I don't really this is not for me, and
Yeah.
I didn't buy into it. And I was very like aware of kind of some of their teachings and just being like, yeah, no. that doesn't ring true for me, and it doesn't
Right.
feel right for me. And there were some things that happened um, that just were not for me. And so I just stopped going. But we
Yeah.
still didn't celebrate Christmas. So back to the Christmas thing. Yeah, that just never
She's having her own
happened.
party
Yeah, she's
back
having a
there.
party, whatever. Um, so we just didn't celebrate. And so Christmas is a little bit of a sore spot for me,
Mm.
actually. And so, but strangely, when my parents moved away after I graduated, and they moved to the town where they still live, they decided, oh, we are celebrating now. Again, no
Yeah.
explanation. It's just now we're celebrating, which great. I mean, always wanted
Yeah.
to
But
anyway.
confusing at the same time.
Confusing, but I missed out. Like I missed it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, so yeah, so we were doing that again, and that was great. And so we did that for the next, um, probably 10, 15 years, I guess. I
Wow.
don't know. Like it was that whole time. And so when I got married and I had
Mm-hmm.
kids, my parents were celebrating. We would go out there or they would come here. We're still seeing family. Like my relatives are all from out where they live
Mm-hmm.
too. And so again, some of my best Christmases memories were going out there and being with
Mm-hmm.
cousins
Yeah.
and being with that family and my grandparents and everything. And so, yeah, it was sort of like getting to sort of reconnect with that part
Mm-hmm.
of Christmas, which I loved.
Yeah.
And then now, if we're going to just continue the trauma, let's just keep going. Pippa, no, thank you.
That's some Christmas sass talk right there.
Yeah, lump of coal. That's what he's getting.
That's right.
So, then when my husband, now ex-husband, and I had decided to separate, that first Christmas,
Mm.
right? That
Yeah.
first Christmas that we were going to no longer be together,
Mm-hmm.
was also the first Christmas that, lo and behold, my parents decided, you know what, I think we're really going to give this religion thing a try this time. Now they're going to do it. And so they were, by the way, we're not celebrating Christmas anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was the first Christmas, not only not with my ex-husband, not with his family. So that
Mm-hmm.
whole part of Christmas, that half of it was no longer on the table for me.
Yeah.
But also my parents had opted out as well. And so it was a very, very lonely Christmas, that first Christmas
Mm-hmm.
of um, realizing that, because my husband and I would swap, Christmas Eve, Christmas morning,
Yeah.
and then the next year we would flip. That first year, it was that the kids were at his house for Christmas Eve,
Yeah.
sleeping over Christmas Eve, and then coming here Christmas
Yeah.
morning. And so, or like later into Christmas morning, like 10 or 11 or
Mm-hmm.
something. And so that whole Christmas Eve and sleeping and Christmas morning, I was by myself and I didn't even have my family.
Yeah.
And man, the pity party that I
Yeah. I
had,
remember. I
yeah, it
remember
was
you.
really sad. I went through the McDonald's drive-through
Aw.
because I was like, "Well, what the fuck? Like, I guess I'm having McDonald's and I'm crying
Aw.
and I'm eating
Yeah,
my fries."
exactly right.
Yeah, but then after that, like as I do with most things, I have my pity party and then I dust myself off and just say that's the last tear I'm crying over this
Yeah.
and I'm just going to do my own thing. And so then like you said, then just we created our own traditions and our own
Mm-hmm.
things and just accepted that it wasn't going to involve my parents.
Yeah.
And but that is the part of it I think that still not doesn't sting so much now. My kids are adults, but it stung for a long time
Mm-hmm.
because I felt the responsibility of ripping my kids off at Christmas,
Yeah.
feeling like, on my ex-husband's side, thank God they have a huge family
Yeah.
and they've always included my kids and even when my ex-husband was living in a different
Yeah.
province for a while, they always made sure to scoop my kids
Yeah.
up and include them and I I'm so thankful for that because at least my kids have that.
Yeah.
But on my side, it's very wonk wonk, or at least I felt that way.
Yeah.
I don't anymore, but I felt like, I don't have the big, big celebration
Mm-hmm.
anymore on my side that I used to have, right?
Yeah.
So it's very, very different on
Yeah.
my side. It's very, very quiet. It's just me and just the kids, and
Yeah.
if they have a significant other,
Yeah.
then great. And now, as they've gotten older, the tradition is Christmas Eve here and Christmas morning, and
Mm-hmm.
then they go and spend the rest of the Christmas
Right.
day with,
Yeah.
the
But
relatives.
we
But
were talking about this before too, and your kids don't have the same thoughts and experiences as what you think they
Mhm.
do, right? Like I'm sure if you asked both of your kids
Yeah.
about what Christmases were like with their mom, it would be like a way different experience than you think it is. It's
Like
so much
like
more
that they
exciting.
wouldn't feel ripped off, that they
Yeah, like
wouldn't
that
feel
they
like
would be like, "No, I loved it. This was like my favorite place to be. This is right."
yeah,
Like that's the truth. And so we think the story we tell ourselves in our heads is
yeah.
not the reality of it.
No.
They're not the facts. And so the facts are that your kids probably completely enjoy Christmas with you and they cherish that no matter that it's small and cozy because now at this stage in life, like that's what I strive for is intimate, cozy, and
Simple.
just the people you
Yeah.
love. And
Yes.
that's it. It's simple.
That's
Christmas
true.
doesn't have to be all this crazy, big,
Mhm.
huge thing, right? Like I love it when my kids come over and they have significant others and stuff, and and my mom, and it's just us,
Yeah.
right? And I think that's great, but I think that your kids' experience of it is totally different than what you've made it out to be in your head. Like
Yeah,
you're taking
probably.
that burden on,
Yeah.
and you don't have to because that's probably not the
Yeah.
reality of what they think.
It's just
Yeah.
mom guilt, right?
Yeah, mom guilt for
Yeah.
sure. I've had the same thing with being divorced and going through that whole process of not having your kids on a certain day and this and
Yeah.
that
The
and
guilt of sort of uprooting
yeah.
the what
Yeah.
was already tradition.
Exactly. And I think there's
Yeah.
so many parents, not just moms, but who have gone through a divorce and Christmases look different or
Mhm.
family holidays look different. And
Mhm.
now you do end up with a lot of mom guilt, which is absolute bullshit. So you need to just fucking rewrite that story and tell
Yeah.
yourself something different because you don't know the experience of other people. That is just your perception.
Yeah.
And in all honesty, if you were to interview or someone else was to interview your kids and ask, you might be shocked at what different
Mhm.
perspective that they have.
Mhm.
So I try to remind myself of that when I feel the mom guilt coming on for any situation,
Yeah.
not being able to afford more gifts or not being able to give your kids what you really want to give them.
Yeah.
Like, screw the mom guilt. What they need is just your presence, and they
Yeah.
need you to be there and to make it as magical as you can with what you have. And
Mhm.
that's what's important.
Mhm.
And if you ask those kids later in life, if you've created that experience for
Mhm.
them, they're going to tell you a different story than what you think, right?
You just touched on something that is the mom piece
Mm-hmm.
of I mean, I guess it's tied in with the mom guilt, but it's like there was this pressure, and there was definitely a shift, but there was this pressure to make Christmas perfect,
Oh, yeah.
right? It's
Oh,
got to be
yeah.
perfect. Everything
Yeah.
has got to be orchestrated exactly this way. This surprise has to work out exactly like this.
Yeah.
And, this gift has to arrive because it's the gift. And, and
Yeah.
it's like you've put all this pressure on yourself to make
Yeah.
it something. And then there comes a point, or I feel like it comes with age too and experience.
Mhm.
And it definitely happened with me where I was just like, fuck it. Why?
Exactly.
Who am I doing this for?
Yeah.
Like you said, my kids love whatever we
Yeah.
do. My kids just
Mhm.
love the hanging out or the
Yeah.
doing, this
Mhm.
we have a pickle tree, like a pickle
Mhm.
ornament,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We do that where they absolutely destroy my tree every year
Yeah.
looking for this thing to get the pickle gift,
Yeah.
and somebody's
That's
going to find
cool.
that pickle ornament. Like it's things like that that are just the smallest thing
Yeah. And
that
that doesn't have to
that's
cost money,
no,
right? Like
that's what
it's
they
yeah.
love. So
Yeah.
it's like orchestrating this perfect, like Instagrammable Christmas is bullshit.
Oh, 100%
Total
bullshit.
bullshit. And when I figured it out is this is something we talked about before, like the Christmas dinner, the big
Yeah,
meal.
yeah.
And I, again, for a while there was still trying to do it, even though it was just the three of us,
Yeah.
or maybe four if someone
Yeah.
else was joining, but still trying to do the big meal and
Yeah.
still trying to put out all the fixins and everything else. And then one year, it was actually really early on where I was still trying to, and we had just had like a big meal that morning,
And
and
you're
then we're
snacking all
snacking
day.
all
Yeah.
exactly. You're eating all day, and then I've got this food in the fridge now that I've got to cook, and I was just like, who wants this big like? I
I
don't
know.
want this big meal. It's not that I didn't want to cook it, although I didn't want to cook it. But, I would
Yeah.
have if the kids really
Yeah.
wanted it. And the kids were just like, they could have cared less.
Yeah.
So I was just like, you know what? Should we have McDonald's? It was like full circle to going back to the drive-through moment.
Yeah.
And instead of that being my pity party, it was like, that was my friggin'
Yeah.
anthem. I was like,
Yeah.
we're having McDonald's. And I went and I got it and I brought it back. I put out the china and the
Yeah.
special
Yeah.
cutlery and the candles and did up the table beautifully. And then
Aw.
I laid out the McDonald's on
That's
that
awesome.
china. We like giggled and ate and friggin' loved it. And
Yeah.
then that became our thing.
Yeah.
It's not just McDonald's now. Like sometimes it's
You
just
just get
now
whatever
it's Skip
takeout,
because
right?
Skip
Yeah.
exists. And so now
Exactly.
it's
You
like,
can order
let's
whatever
all
you
pick
want.
whatever. And
Yeah.
like, that's our Christmas night. Let's just order some
That's
junk food
awesome.
or milkshakes and
Yeah.
watch movies and whatever. And it's like, I don't have to make a big meal if I friggin' don't
No.
want to.
Honestly, and neither do you.
And neither
So
do you.
honestly, I think if we just drop the expectations
Yeah.
about what we see on social media,
Yeah.
about all this, oh my God, so fancy and stuff. Okay, I have to use this as an example because this is actually, I just did this. I have to admit, I just did
Did
this.
you just do this?
I didn't actually do it, but I was thinking about it. And now that we're talking about this, a few days ago, I scrapped the idea, but I've been watching all those videos about big families playing these Christmas games, like all the games with the, like blowing like the cups and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And so, and I love games. I am a game person. I love that. And I know my kids love it too, but I'm racking my brain on how I can make all this happen with the space that we have because we are currently renovating.
Yeah.
And also just that there's enough people to make all these games happen. And so I'm writing all the stuff that I have to get down and I have these big expectations of what a fun night it's going to be. And you know what? And then I also have one of my kids who's like, Mom, we have 2 dinners.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's okay. Just show up whenever you can show up. I had to actually ask myself, like, Krista, what are you doing this for? Like, are you doing this for them or are you just doing it because you have all these expectations?
Right.
So we're not doing that anymore.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good,
Right?
Krista, because why?
We're not doing that because first of all, the mention of it said 2 people running for the hills because they're like, I'm not playing your stupid games. I'm like,
Right.
What are you
so then
talking
it's
about?
like,
And I realized
when
they
you
don't want to do this
recognize you're
shit.
you're forcing something to happen.
Yes.
That's like okay, wait a second. Maybe I
Yeah.
need to reassess. Why am I forcing
Yeah.
this?
Like, why am I wanting this so bad?
Yeah.
So so I totally dropped that
Fuck it.
expectation. Yeah, fuck it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we do a gift exchange and stuff. But yeah, I think we just expect so much of it ourselves.
Yeah.
And you just got to drop that. And I don't want my kids to think that's what they have to do too, for
Especially
their
your girls.
families. Yeah, especially my daughters.
Yeah.
My son has a wonderful wife who already recognizes that there's too much. Like, this is crazy. The kids don't need all this stuff right? And so that's great. And I want to make it more about the experience, right? And us just being together is enough. It's enough. And I'm enough.
Yeah.
And you're enough just doing what we do.
Yes.
And just drop the expectations. So,
Love
so
that.
yeah, me too. I love it too.
Good.
So one thing before we kind of wrap up today.
Wrap up, get it?
Yeah. She's like a Rolodex. It's dropped.
Anyways.
Is I want us to both answer kind of one question. Like, this has been a whole year. So I love doing this. Like, I love it that we're best friends and we can do this together because we have so much fun. And we always laugh way harder than I'm sure anyone else is laughing because we think we're funny. And that's all that matters. So I don't give a shit, Anyways,
Anyway.
what has been one, like, give me a couple things, best memories from the last year for you? Some of the greatest things.
Oh, the whole year?
Yeah, why not? Well, just,
Okay. Well, I'm going to focus just on this, I think. Okay, because that's not that I have so many glorious things that happened this year. It's like, it's just that I'd be stumped. No, just kidding. I think for this pod, what is some of the funniest ones for me? It's always the funny ones.
Yeah.
I don't want to relive the ones where I was like bawling. We had to stop taping for a second. But I like the ones like the 21 questions.
Yeah, that was fun.
I love that because there was no, at the very beginning when we first started doing these, we would be like, both making notes, and this
Mhm.
is what I want to talk about. And I wouldn't say necessarily trying to over plan it, but I
No.
think just it wasn't as
Unscripted and raw.
unscripted.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so then after the first couple, we were just like, I'm not writing any
Yeah.
notes.
Fuck
Like
it.
we know what we want to talk about,
Yeah.
and then let's just see where it
And
goes.
sometimes we don't. We just show up like completely not knowing
But do you want to know
anything.
what's interesting
It always
is
comes.
we yeah, exactly. It
Yeah.
always comes, and also it's like it felt like when we were at the very beginning, when we were first trying to really lay out exactly what
Yeah.
we needed to talk about. I felt like those are the moments we had a harder time landing the
Yeah, we
plane,
did. Yeah.
right? Whereas if you're not
Yeah.
trying to take the conversation
Yeah.
somewhere specific, it's like whatever.
Yeah, it just goes. And I mean, I chalk some of that up to nerves too. Because when you're starting something out, you're like, oh, I just want to do it right,
Yes,
and the fear
exactly.
of like not being able to show up and make an impact,
Yeah.
or be funny or whatever, right? And
Yeah.
now I'm like, I don't even give a shit. We think we're funny.
We think we're funny. But okay,
Right?
so that like the sort of unscripted
Yeah.
moments and especially the episodes where we have zero idea where it's going to
Yeah.
go and you don't know what I'm going to ask and
I
I don't know what
know.
you're going to ask. I love that because then
Yeah, I
we're
do
just like
too.
surprised. The other second best part of it for me, or the funniest one for me, and you can cut this out if you want to, but I'm going to call us out. This is the second time we've done this
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so we did
Why
this last
though?
because the sound didn't work.
Yeah.
And like, so I get home and because I'm a complete amateur at this shit,
No,
even
you're
after a year,
not.
I didn't like check the recording when I was here because we're going to do that
Oh,
today.
we're doing that.
Yeah. And the sound, I don't know what happened to the mics, and hopefully it's not happening this time. Because you're going to get really shitty sound quality if it does.
You
'cause
get
I'm
what you
just
get.
exactly.
Yeah. But what I wanted to say about it was, okay, so yeah, we had some technical difficulties and
Yeah.
we decided, well, we're just gonna have to re-record
Yeah.
and we'll make it happen and that's fine. And we're like, can we recreate the magic? But here's what I just found interesting. As we were talking today, most of today's conversation wasn't even the
And I
conversation
know,
before.
right?
We had a whole different, like there were a couple things we brought up
Yeah.
in the other one that are similar to this one.
Yeah.
But we took this one in a completely different direction. And I think that is why this whole thing works for us, is
Yeah,
because
me too.
we do better when we don't script.
Yeah.
We do better when we don't plan.
100%.
And we took this episode in a different direction than the last
Yeah.
one was.
Yeah.
I didn't cry in this one,
I
so
know.
there's that.
It's true.
But I don't know. I think that's my favorite
Yeah.
part of all of this, and my favorite
Yeah.
part of this past year is that.
Yeah.
What about you?
Me too. I think my favorite part about doing this is that you and I have gotten like so much closer than we already were,
Yeah.
right? And not only that, but we make each other laugh
Yeah.
even more, right? You don't see half of the laughter because usually it's us completely screwing up and then we have to edit it out, which
Yeah.
by the way, there is a blooper reel after this. So stay
Okay.
tuned. At
Yeah.
least we think they're funny. So
Yeah.
yeah, some blooper clips. I think that's my favorite part. Also, I honestly, Shannon and I have been friends for so long,
Mhm.
but we really didn't see each other a lot before that, like a few times a year. So we'd always go somewhere in the summer. We'd always get together for like our birthdays and Christmas and
Yeah.
stuff like that. We literally are together like once a month and I fucking love it.
Totally.
I love it. I love it that we
Yeah.
get to spend time together. I mean, we have a life plan for our lives to like live together at the end,
Yes.
and because we're going to be really old
Yeah.
and living together,
Oh,
and
it's
all
gonna
this.
happen.
Yeah, for sure. So I really like that this is building up to that.
You know what?
It's like preparation.
It's like when young people like, well, maybe we should live together first and see if this
Yeah.
works. So for you and I, it's like, well, let's just see each other once a month and see if we still like each other. Well, we do. It's fine.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. There's
Yeah.
a plan. So
There's a plan
it's
in motion.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I love it. I love it that we've done this for a year. I'm so glad you said yes.
Yeah.
Even though it was
she
your
said
idea in the
yes.
beginning.
Yeah. No, I'm glad
Yeah.
too. It's
Yeah.
been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
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 so-
And the
I
last
can't
year's
believe
been great.
I can't believe it's been a year.
I know.
Holy
Crazy.
cow.
I know.
Anyway, yeah, it's pretty great.
Yeah.
So that's our episode.
That's it. So thank you so much for joining us. And I hope you have a beautiful Christmas, however you spend that. And don't expect so much out of yourself and don't be under so much pressure. Just take some time for yourself
Mhm.
to relax, to take care of yourself, to whatever makes you full of joy and happiness.
Yeah.
And be safe, everyone, this Christmas.
Yeah. Happy holidays, everyone. Thanks for
holidays.
coming.
Oh, and just so you know, like plaid on plaid, I really got it going on today.
And also, I like the idea of pajamas all the time.
And also we match. Like,
Oh, yeah.
like, was this not planned or what?
Actually, it was planned.
It was. Cheers.
Merry Christmas, guys.
See you.
The blooper reel. Okay, now
Hello?
we're recording.
Test.
Hello.
Hello.
Testing, testing.
So let's maybe not do this.
Yeah, maybe not. I mean,
Okay.
that's okay, right?
Yeah. So why don't you, okay, boom, chicka, bow, wow. Now stop it. And now let's listen.
Okay, let's do a pretend intro because we got it, right?
Oh, okay.
Hi, everybody. This is Krista.
Hi, it's Shannon. Oh, shut up.
I
It's
wasn't
me.
done.
Oh.
Okay, that was awesome.
Oh,
You're making me cry,
you're
bitch.
welcome. I thought I'd save that one to the end. I wasn't sure I was going to ask it.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
Shitballs.
What?
We got the whole shebang in here.
That's
I don't want
okay.
that.
Well, yeah, I guess we don't want the
No.
whole no-tell motel. Get on my bed.
Get on the bed. Yeah.
Okay.
But we still have to sit close because
Okay.
don't
Go
do
on.
funny things until you
Go on.
we're ready to go. And if we're too far apart, cuts half our face off.
Not
We
my
don't
good
want
half.
that, right?
Fuck. I don't know how much of this story we can keep.
I don't know.
Maybe
either.
not. If you want to cut it out, you can. But man
Oh,
alive.
God, it was my stupid
Owls.
question. Hi. Okay. Oh my God. My hips. Oh.
Where are we? Ready? Who are we? You're in a safe place. That's all you need to know.
Wait.
What the fuck is happening?
One day I'm going to put all these bloopers on.
I'm sure there are. I've actually seen a couple where we've started and I'm like still trying to stay.
1, 2, 3.
This is a test. Test.
Just testing the sound.
Sound. The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy black dog. Oh my
Okay,
God,
I
we're
think it's seriously.
Thank you for joining me today on another episode of Becoming Sound. If this episode resonated with you in some way, please share it with someone you care about. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. It helps to get this information out to more people who may need it. If you have a sec, I would love a follow on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. While you're there, hit the 5-star rating and give me a review. When you're scrolling, follow me on my social platforms, and I would love to hear your comments and feedback. Have a fabulous day, lots of love and gratitude from me. Please note, the views, information, and opinions expressed during the Becoming Sound podcast series are solely those of the individuals involved. The content of this podcast is to educate, inform, and for entertainment purposes only. This podcast series and the content presented does not constitute for medical or other professional advice or services. If you are in crisis or in need of help, please contact your medical or professional provider.